Southern Kentucky. This is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Connor James. We want to start off tonight here in Perry County. Last year, Kentucky endured one of the worst hepatitis A breakouts in recent years. Case numbers spiked across the region. Food workers diagnosed, outbreaks in the jails, and even multiple deaths. But the effort by local health departments has been paying off. I talked with officials about the decrease they're seeing in the disease. The numbers slowly grew during the summer until the outbreak spiked.
It peaked in November, and then December was just a little drop off.
Scott Lockard with the Kentucky River District Health Department was at the forefront when cases of hepatitis A were increasing across his district. But look at this chart.
But then we've seen a huge decline in new hepatitis A cases up here through April.
The numbers have steadily been going down. This comes from a handful of efforts, from needle exchanges to mandatory vaccinations in schools.
So seeing that decline and knowing that, it's not going to be spread as quickly is great. Yeah.
And one of the programs, vaccinating jail inmates. Zachary Centers is an assistant administrator at the Kentucky River Regional Jail.
The initial outbreak was nerve-wracking a little bit.
There was an outbreak there last year, but mass vaccinating,
We've had 0 cases.
Has brought those numbers down.
Yeah, it protects the community and the families from the people that get out, and from the Hep A breaking out to the county as well. Now, to see the numbers on the decline is a positive, but there's still been an occasional new case of the disease in the region.
And we're ahead of it for now, so we're never getting complacent. We're continuing in our efforts.
But Lockhart says they're going to continue working in hopes of seeing that chart continue to show a decline. Now, Lockhart says the decrease is good, obviously, but this shouldn't stop you from getting your hepatitis A vaccine. And it was a busy day for firefighters in Middlesboro. That's where crews responded to a house fire. It all happened around 5 p.m. on Old Pineville Pike. Dispatchers say no one was in the house at the time. Fire officials have not released the cause of the blaze. Also in Bell County, multiple police agencies were called to the detention center. Jailers say there was a, quote, inmate disturbance. Jailer Gary Ferguson says the incident started around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Ferguson says inmates ripped off a television from the wall, attempted to take down a phone, and broke safety glass inside their cell and tried to flood the cells. The inmates used pieces of television as weapons to threaten officers coming into the jail.
There's been times you've had to call in, an officer, but never, I've been here 4+ years. This is the first time in 4+ years that it has escalated to this point.
County officials and the Kentucky State Police are still investigating the incident. We expect to have more on this tomorrow. Back in Perry County, a fence is going up along one side of the Kentucky River Regional Jail. The reason might surprise you. People are literally drilling holes into the side of the jail trying to smuggle drugs into the inmates. Administrators at the jail say this is because they've basically stopped the flow of drugs into the jail with various searches and other procedures. But this fence is the next step in that security.
And the reason we had to do this was because we've had outside folks come in and try to drill holes into our walls to smuggle drugs and other contraband in. We've got a pretty good hold on the drug problem that we had once here. And the inmates are, desperate to try to get drugs into the jail.
There are multiple holes in the walls where people trying to do this. They hope to have this new fence up in less than a week. And a student was airlifted to UK Medical Center after a stabbing in Pulaski County High School today. Deputies say a 17-year-old suspect stabbed an 18-year-old victim over a can of chewing tobacco. That student is charged with first-degree assault. One of his fellow students was shocked.
Not here. There's nothing that ever happens around here. It's just something out of the ordinary for this place. Yeah, fist fights are common, but not a stabbing.
The school was placed on lockdown, but the lockdown was lifted and classes resumed. Officials did not release the victim's condition. And it's been more than a month since J.D. Hacker was killed near the Clay and Leslie County line. Police say Alfred Derek Francis killed him while he was driving under the influence. Francis was sent to the hospital as a result and released before he could be formally charged. Now police are looking for him, and Hacker's 2 daughters are pleading for Francis to turn himself in.
You took something very precious to me and my family, something that we can never get back.
If you know where Alfred Derek Francis may be, you're asked to call KSP Post 11 in London. And when county equipment is stolen, that money is taken from taxpayer dollars. The most recent crime is just a part of a string of thefts in the Brushy Fork area in Magoffin County. A $300 battery was stolen from a backhoe used to fix county roads. Judge Executive Matthew Wireman says each theft is adding up to a bigger problem.
And anytime we have a loss like that, it costs the taxpayers money. And these batteries alone, anybody that's replaced a car battery knows they're not cheap.
Now, if you have any information on the stolen battery, you can call the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department at 606-349-2914. Across Kentucky, over the past 3 years, thousands of dog bites have been reported to animal control officers, and authorities know there are more that aren't getting reported. As summer approaches, animal control care and control officers want people to be clear on what to do when you see a dog on the loose. They say don't take off running because the dog will follow its instincts and run after you. They also say slowly get to a place where you can call animal control.
As we get towards summertime and it gets really hot, female dogs in heat really start ramping up, and male dogs want to get out with these female dogs, so there's a lot more dogs just in general running loose, which can always increase chances of bites.
Kentucky averages one dog bite every 2 days, and that's only what is reported to animal control.
Hope you got out and enjoyed today, and if you didn't, well, bad news is that you're not going to be able to get outside and enjoy the nice weather since those showers will be approaching heading into tomorrow. You'll notice as we take a look at the almanac showing a high of 83 today at Jackson. We are definitely above that average of 72 for this time of year. Low of 66 was definitely warm this morning. We'll continue that warmer trend into tomorrow as well. You'll notice those clouds increasing, a little bit of backscatter on the radar there. We've seen a few showers and storms moving in, especially over into the Louisville area, but we remain mostly dry tonight. We'll see that change as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures are really into those lower 70s across the area due to that cloud cover, and as we head throughout the evening and overnight hours, temperatures will really drop to about those low to mid 60s. Few showers are possible late tonight, early into your Thursday, but the best chance for rain is Thursday. We see showers and storms increasing starting tomorrow, and that looks like it's sadly going to continue into your Saturday. The good news is we do clear out for the second half of your weekend. I'll have the rest of that forecast coming up in a little bit. Connor.
All right, thanks, Paige. A new grant awarded to the Hazard Community and Technical College helps create a 3-year, $627,000 apprenticeship program for students in Hazard and Perry County. Piloted right here in our back door, the K-Tech model gives students a chance to follow a pathway geared toward their career of choice and step into full-time employment after graduation, or even continue working towards an associate's degree. Young people decide if the job fits them, and the business decides if the person fits the job.
We now have to look at creative ways that we can start to remedy our workforce. This morning, I have 115,000 open jobs here in the Commonwealth. I have to fill them.
Now you can learn more about this on Issues and Answers Monday at 7 o'clock. Well, coming up at 11, violence continues across Venezuela. We'll have the details. And heavy smoke drifts across the city of Knoxville as a huge blaze continues to burn.
And showers and storms will increase as we head into your Thursday. We'll break down that full forecast in just a few short minutes.